All right, good night, guys. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. My name is Satish, and welcome to our first recording of Let's Talk Tourism, hosted by the UWI Tourism Society. So let's introduce our co-host for tonight. My name is Satish. Host will be Carissa. Carissa, you there?
Hi, good night, guys.
All right. And Jamila.
Good night, guys.
Okay, and Jamila, you want to introduce our guest tonight?
Okay, so tonight our special guest is Miss Freida Mohammed. She is a past executive member, a founder of the society, and she currently works at the Caribbean Public Health Agency in the position of a Healthier, Safer Tourism Technical Officer. Welcome, Freida. Freida?
Hi, good night, everyone. Thank you, Satish and Jamila, for that introduction. Can you confirm that you can hear me properly?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
Okay, great.
Okay, so as I previously mentioned, you were one of the founding members of the society. Can you tell me how the society started and what was the inspiration for starting it?
Okay, well, this was back when I was a student at UWI. It was in my second year. Some colleagues and and myself, who I can actually call friends because we do keep in contact a lot. We we saw that the other UWI campuses, Mona and well, the Barbados campus, they had UWI tourism societies, and well, Trinidad didn't have one. So we spoke to, y'all may be familiar with Dr. Um, Leslie. We made contact with her. She told us, it's a good initiative to start. And then a lot of people don't really think of, when they hear Trinidad, they don't really hear tourism as opposed to the other Caribbean islands. So that was sort of the initiative too, to promote the awareness that Trinidad has to offer when it comes to tourism, apart from ecotourism with hiking, waterfalls, all that. There's history, architecture, and well, Tobago is known for beaches and stuff. So mainly the main reason for coming up with the society was promotion and just having that is it an equality, I want to say, with the other campuses.
Okay, that's very interesting. Seeing that, I think it was 2 years ago, the society was named one of the top 5 societies in UWI. So I believe it was a good idea for you all to start it. And, let's continue empowering tourism students.
Yeah.
Okay, so you work at the Caribbean Public Health Agency.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what is your position and what does it entail and what does the organization, what's its mandate, etc.?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, firstly, I'll start off. I'll talk first about the Caribbean Public Health Agency, or CARPA, and then I'll go deeper into what I do there. So, for those of you who don't know, and I'm disappointed if you don't, CARPA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, is most of you will think we do testing for COVID-19 with the recent pandemic, but we do more than that. It's the single agency for public health in the Caribbean region. So it's not just the testing in the labs. We also deal with non-communicable diseases, surveillance in non-communicable diseases, surveillance in communicable diseases, emergency responses in Caribbean islands when the disasters such as hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes, etc. And I work in the tourism and health program as the healthiest safer tourism technical officer. But I No, I don't want to go deep into this idea because I know there's a segment today in the session which asks what the organization is doing in response to COVID-19, and I don't want to get into that in depth right now.
Okay. It sounds very interesting. So you decided a few years ago that you wanted to enter into the tourism sector.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it like being in the tourism industry?
It's because I really enjoyed it during the COVID-19 pandemic. Tourist entered during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's very interesting because you are seeing the impact, the economic impact that it is having on Caribbean islands. A lot of destinations depend on tourism to basic what's the word I'm looking for? The to build the economy, to survive. And it's really it's that people can't travel and these destinations can't sustain the revenue they would have been receiving before the pandemic. So it really makes you realize that tourism is an important sector that people should really appreciate it more for the economic reasons that it has.
Yeah, that's a good point that you made because sometimes in Trinidad people tend to say, why are you doing tourism? Trinidad isn't really a tourism oriented country, but I'm glad that you're kind of giving students the knowledge that it can be a good society, a good industry to get involved into.
Yeah, no, even when studying tourism, people they always think of it as the hospitality sector or you're studying tourism, you're going to work at a hotel, but it's more than that. There's policies, there's it's a lot more than just working in hospitality.
Okay, great. And I know you, as part of the degree program, you were part of the internship.
Yes.
Can you tell me what your internship experience was like?
Yes, I did my internship for approximately 6 months at the Caribbean Tourism Organization headquarters in Barbados. This was 2018. So that was a really good experience because I was open a different side of everything. In Barbados, tourism is taken a lot more seriously than in Trinidad. So at the time I was there, they were working on a few workshops and projects. Projects as in they really wanted to bring awareness to the different tourism aspects in different countries. I believe it was called the regional sensitization Caribbean tourism workshop, but they were really trying to make it known that tourism is not just about exploiting what nature has to offer, but also sustaining it for future generations and maintaining the quality of everything as is.
Jamila, I think you're muted if you're speaking.
Can you hear me?
I will turn off my video now because of the bandwidth inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what advice would you give to upcoming students who will be going on these internships as part of what you experience?
I would tell them to look forward to it, enjoy everything, study hard, of course, get your good grades, go on that internship, be involved in as much as you can because the more you learn, the more you get involved is more opportunities that will open to you.
Okay, great. Now I will hand you all over to Carissa. Carissa, are you there?
Okay, sorry, my mic was off. Hi, Frida. Nice to have you here. I really do appreciate you coming once again. Um, so tonight we're just gonna play a little game, get to know you a little better. And as I was telling Satish today, I'm gonna quiz you on like certain places that you went and even, places that I don't know if you went, but I'm still gonna quiz you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's see, right? Satish, you ready? Okay, so I heard that you went to Cabana. I mean, Cuba, right? A little birdie told me. So I just want to, so I just want to like tingle your memories a bit. I don't know if you went to Havana, Cuba,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I assume that you went there, right? So I just want to know, do you remember the site if you saw it?
I do not know. It does not jog any memory of mine.
Oh my God. Okay, anyone in the comment section, if you know where this place is, please leave a comment, leave a message, say something if you know, if you want to guess, right? In Cuba, right? Even like some seconds, let's see. Okay, no one. All right, well, this place is the National Botanic Garden in Cuba, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that, so so another place that I think you would figure out, I think so, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's now up. Hold up.
Okay.
That's now. Okay. Tell me. You have an idea?
It's
Still
not showing.
Cuba. No, still in Cuba. But guess this place. Where in Cuba?
I'm not okay. The screen is now loading.
Oh.
This I remember this place. I can't remember the name.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. Is one of Cuba's favorite things. They have like a list of things. The drinks. Well, alcohol is important to them. Then something else is important to them. Like I want
Cigar.
to give the answer. Huh?
It's either I'm thinking either cigars or mojitos.
Cigars, cigars, yeah. It's
It's
a
like
cigar factory.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Like when I saw it, I find that was really cool. Like I went up on more than one picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw it, I find that was really cool, and it's really a nice site to actually um go to and enjoy. I mean, I haven't been there, but just to encourage everybody else, even on this site, to not just know Trinidad and Tobago, but even when things open back up and things kind of calm down, travel, get into tourism, enjoy it, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
so next one, look, we have it up on the screen. This is our place in our beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, people, right? So, Frida, you want to guess this place?
Oh
This is
my
one
god.
of my favorite places,
I
by the way.
am. Is it mermaid pools?
Uh,
No, it's not. Okay.
Wait, no, I think do they call it? Oh my goodness. It's my favorite place, and I'm not even sure if they actually call it Mermaid Pool, but it's down the islands. It's
Oh my god. Wait. I know Gaspery. Gaspery Caves.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
I
yes, it
actually
is.
have. I've never been to Gaspery Caves, but I really want to go sometime.
Oh, okay. Amazing. But I wasn't sure if like you see, like I went Gaspery Caves, but I don't know if it was called Mermaid Island as well too. So that's why I told you I like wasn't sure. Yeah. But okay, so we have another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm sure you know this one. I'm definitely sure. This is in London, right? We're all across the island here. Like came here across the island, across the country, right? And we're here in London. So guess this location.
This is the London Eye.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me, have you ever been to London?
I haven't, unfortunately. My dad has been there and he said it's really nice.
It is. It's really good. You should go. I mean, of course, as I said, once things kind of ease up and, it goes really good, hopefully 2022 people, right? Yeah, you should really like do it. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Fantastic. Next, right. Last one. Let's put it on your screen. Are you seeing it?
It's blurry.
Oh, that's not one. It's supposed to be a drink.
I saw it and then it got blurry, but I'm not. I don't drink, but I am thinking Cuba and mojitos.
It is a Cuban drink. Oh my God! So that is like one put in. Like you got this.
Yes.
Its name. Do you know the name of it? I mean, okay, you said you don't drink.
This particular drink, I don't know the name of it.
Oh, I saw it on the site, and it's one of their national drinks, which is Libre. So
Okay.
I guess we're all learning here today. If we didn't know, I learned for sure, right? But this was really nice chatting with you. This is really nice. Even both of us, even though we may not. I mean, you have traveled to these countries, and I traveled to London, but we learned off of different places that we didn't even realize, right? And I really enjoyed, interacting here with you, and I appreciate, as I said, I appreciate you coming on here again. And this is a really nice time. So I turn over to you, Satish.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't know about you, but when I saw those pictures, I felt like I really traveled to Bangkok. I felt like I wanted to be in London drinking a mojito. I really felt like this coronavirus is abusing us at this point in time because I mean I really want to travel, right? Speaking about the devil coronavirus, it really I wouldn't say it stifled the tourism industry. Many persons really are struggling at this point in time, and while things are looking a little bit better, we as a tourism society want to promote restarting tourism. Now it is a bit risky to say restart tourism, but obviously we want to use it while taking health protocols in play, right? We want to make sure everybody's being safe, but at the same time, we're still trying to enjoy what we have here, and of course, local tourism, because that's one of the things that Freida, you all mentioned sustainable tourism in the constitution. That's the thing that you all had as aims for society. Yeah, and we want to upkeep those things. So we want to promote sustainable tourism, local tourism, um, and really consider the environment. So with all those factors in mind. What we want to talk about now is basically how we can restart tourism in Trinidad. I know you work with a health organization that deals with tourism in a sense. Do you have any recommendations for small businesses within Trinidad that you think that we could maybe implement to help restart the industry?
Sure, I can speak on behalf of what my organization is doing. So I'll talk about more innovative tools. The first is we provide there's something called the COVID-19 hangaround. It's a training session we do, particularly with hospitality, once a month. So I believe the next training session is this Wednesday, 3 to 5 p.m. And we give a brief introduction into COVID-19. We talk about these measures that small businesses and hospitality can do to welcome back guests. It includes, the types of sanitation you can do in the hospitality sector, having someone there to monitor temperatures of guests, how to wash the clothes and stuff, and the how to say this, the ratio of how many guests to the social distancing policy that would be implemented in that particular country, things like that. So that's one. The second thing we have is the tourism and health information system. This is a web-based real-time information system which allows hotels to report any illnesses or outbreaks that they are experiencing on the system so that we can they can get assistance if needed on what to do. The third thing is we just launched last year the Caribbean Travelers Health mobile app. And on the app, as I mentioned before, the tourism and health information system hotels that are registered on that system, they can be viewed on the app. So international travelers, if they are skeptical about COVID-19 and they are looking for a hotel, sorry, that has a certain how to say this assurance that they are safe and healthy in light of the pandemic, they can go on the app and look at hotels that are registered on this. And even in addition to that, we also have the healthy assisted tourism stamp, which is given to hotels that have completed our COVID-19 health round screening and that are regularly reporting on the information system. So we award them the stamp, and travelers that look on the app can see that these hotels have been already staffed and get that extra validation and assurance that safety is the priority, the certain protocols are being kept in light of the pandemic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a lot of stuff that you mentioned there. I think the one that stood out to me the most was the app. So I feel like we need to take advantage of technology right now. I mean, we've been forced to shift to this whole online platform. So the app sounds like a really good idea for me. And you mentioned the training sessions, right? I didn't catch. Is that free for the public? Was it
Yes, it's totally free of charge, and the tourism and health information system as well. All information there is confidential to hotels that register, so everything is free and also confidential.
Okay, wow. Yeah, because I think that's what we really need at this point in time because, there's really a lot of stuff that we have to take in consideration when it comes to this virus. And, we have to follow the protocols first and foremost and understand the whole process of, being infected because, I mean, there's so many elements you mentioned, the clothes washing. Those are minor things that you might not even think about as a hotel. So those are things important stuff to bring up as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now, with regards to tourism, more and the whole COVID issue as well, more on a personal level. Do you personally think that we could, successfully restart tourism this year, or you think it takes it take a longer period to really get back in the whole tourism group?
In my opinion, my very personal opinion, I think it is possible, and it might even be a greater start to tourism because people would be more skeptical. They would about sanitizing, feeding, etc. I think for parents, saying that our waters aren't open yet, promoting that stay at home staycation thing is a good way to start for small businesses especially. And once you keep the sanitization, the social distancing, the numbers, gathering numbers, up to whatever the protocol is, then it is we can rest. Tourism can be restarted in Trinidad.
Yeah, I mean, again, a really interesting view on it because I mean, before the whole pandemic, the industry was already facing a lot of challenges. Poor investment. We don't really finance the tourism industry locally. So this pandemic has really, I would say, it gone beyond crippling. It's more of like we on a deathbed right now because we are so, moving so much backwards when it comes to the industry. And I think it is important for us as locals to understand the severity of the matter and the fact that we have to follow the guidelines. That's the most important thing. A lot of persons are not really following the guidelines, and
Mm.
they believe that okay, well, they're going to take a chance more or less, right? And that's not the case because it is a serious issue. But Frida, again, does CAFTA offer any like future plans for the COVID situation? As of now, is it just the two sessions you mentioned that is what you're working on right now?
When you mean the training sessions that I mentioned?
Yeah, yeah. That's an ongoing.
That's ongoing, yeah. So
Okay.
it's once per month, every month. And participants also receive a certification after attending these training sessions.
Okay. Wow. And that's for both how to say it, like all the hotels and small businesses as well.
Yeah, and even sometimes we get individuals and they also receive certification.
Okay. Wow. That's really cool. Um, Now, one other thing I wanted to ask you. So you did do the internship in Barbados, which is I said, a little bit different from Trinidad. Based on what Barbados do in terms of their tourism and what we do here in Trinidad, uh, what are some of the differences you see, and what are some ways we can probably improve it based on what you saw in the Barbados?
The first thing I would say is customer service. Trinidad, we tend to, have that not so friendly out impression to people. So maybe if we are a bit friendlier, I mean, Bajans, especially with hospitality being there and tourism being their main sector, if they were really friendly. Even small businesses, little shops, parlors, everybody was friendly. We could do that in Trinidad, and it'll be a major help.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well. I believe a lot of the smaller islands they really do have really good customer service. That's the one thing I'm really surprised that Trinidadians can't yet build on it, because I mean it's just so simple, right? Just to talk nicely to somebody, it's just so hard for us. But yeah, I agree that that is something that most of the smaller islands really do have that kind of that kind of vibes. That you walk in a store and they behave like they know you from a long time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree that that is something that we definitely need to be done here. Um, so I want to know if anybody in the audience have any questions for Frida. Any of my execs here. This is our first president of the society. I don't know if you have any questions that you would want to ask her. You can raise your hand and I can call you out. No one have any questions? Okay, Frida, you have any questions for us? Oh, sorry. Someone wanted to ask a question. Okay. Yeah. Frida, you have any questions for us that you would want to ask us by chance?
I don't. I just want to say that I love this new virtual platform that you're taking on instead of the in-room meetings to the society alive. I'm very proud of what it has become, and I hope to see more. And I will continue watching all the Twitter sessions every Sunday.
Yeah. That's okay. So, um, thank you so much for saying that. It means a lot. We really are trying right now, because the online platforms are a bit different from face to face, but it's good to hear. So we have Andre. Or is it Andre? I'm bad with names. Oh my goodness.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Hi. So in terms of questions, one of the questions that I had, because a lot of the discussion this evening had to do with restarting tourism and the human aspect in terms of how let's say Trinidadians and the culture and the service that the standard of service that we have to offer, how we can improve it, and in terms of encouraging and promoting tourism. But one of the major factors, especially recently, and it's something that usually this, no matter how good a standard the country has, Trinidad is plagued with a serious crime situation. Um, and from the dawn of time, to my knowledge, crime has always been a major deterrent even when we'll compare Tobago being the better country for tourism. So in terms of combating crime, Frida, do you have any recommendations on initiatives as far as kind of catering to crime?
Okay, thank you for the question. I'm going to give a very in book answer for this. Is what this and this is directly from what I studied back at UWI. There's something called crisis management, and crime was one of the things that we need to manage when it comes to tourism. Obviously, and the only way we can really manage that is through how to put promotion, marketing. It's not that we're going to lie to travelers, but we're going to say the situation as it is, outline the safe spots that travelers can stay in, and the areas where there is heavy crime, we would advise them to stay away from. So places like the Queen's Park Savannah, especially at night, is somewhere that tourists shouldn't go venturing to alone. At the end of the day, it is their choice to travel to Trinidad. And it's our responsibility to market it, not lie, but market it as it is, but while still showing the beauty and the safe sides of tourism in Trinidad. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Because a lot of the initiatives, that I've seen, are usually geared towards promotion from a humanistic aspect. The land, the sand, the beaches, the people, but there are other factors that we tend to ignore. And I mean, you would have studied this, and it does make sense in terms of marketing. I think that once you have the right support system behind an initiative like that in terms of crisis management, that it would help.
Mm-hmm. But what happens too is a lot of countries, I forgot the correct term for it, but they kind of write off Trinidad as a safe place to travel for their travelers. So they would put out an advice in their country to say not travel to Trinidad because of certain crimes that are happening. That's something that we should avoid, because then less travel, less tourists, less income. So marketing is the way I can say to answer that question.
Andrea, want to add something else?
No. It's just just in terms of closing off my question. I never really paid particular attention to tourism in this regard. Other than what I would have learned in school. So in terms of the initiatives, is really eye opening. It's really a very educational segment so far.
Yeah, and I just want to add as well in terms of the crisis management, marketing is a powerful tool, and it's a lot of stuff in terms of marketing because it needs a lot of money, a lot of finances from the government, from the different organizations. But if we market Trinidad in the right way, we can have a lot of visitors. And I want to give an example. There's this place, Pakistan, and there's another one of those eastern countries that's really bad with war, and they marketed their one part of the country, right? And when I looked at that video, I couldn't believe that was the country. I was just there like, what is this? I was just so amazed. This is the same country that is bombarded with war and bombs. So I would say if we really look at marketing Trinidad in the right way, meaning that here heavily marketed and you really focus on all the initiatives, we can easily attract more visitors. But of course, crime is a serious issue that a lot of places are facing. But of course, not everyone in Trinidad is bad, and as Freida mentioned, there are a lot of places that you could divert the crowd more or less, because that's basically crisis management, trying to divert visitors from the bad areas into safer areas. So we have a few questions in the chat here that Denise asks, will CAFTA be doing an awareness campaign on the vaccine? That's for Freida.
My chat is loading, but can you? Okay, we'll CAFTA be doing an awareness campaign. Okay, I can't speak on behalf of CAFTA right now, but But I do know Denise, yeah, she is the semi, yes. I do. I can't speak on Castle right now, but I can get back to you on it during once I speak to my.
Okay. And we have a question, Alex. Alex, you there?
Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Um, my question to you, Frida, in terms of preparing for your internship, how was what was the process like? Like, did the department help you? Did they guide you? Um, or you and how did you go about reaching out to the CTO? Did the department contact the CTO on your behalf, or did you have to do a letter or do some kind of correspondence to contact them? How was it like?
I'm trying to remember because it wasn't that long ago, but 2018. I think we usual we were I believe I did message the Caribbean Tourism Organization Facebook page, and they put me on to someone in HR, and then I contacted the person in HR, and then when I received the confirmation that they are in fact doing internships and what are the rules and so on, because as you know, in terms of internships, when we were offered the internships at Sandals, but the upside with Sandals is that you don't have to pay for accommodation, whereas in other internships you have to provide for yourself. And once I got all those guidelines sorted out, I spoke to the person. It was Miss Elizabeth in the Management Studies Department in UWI, and I organized with her and told her, well, this is what this is where I want to do my internship. I am able to do so and so, and then that is how the it was made. The organization was made, yeah. So it wasn't like a lot of up and down, really. It was just I organized on my end with CTO, and I also organized on the other end with UE. Hello?
Okay, yeah. Alex, you want to add anything else, or that's it?
Yeah, question. In terms of, I didn't hear the part properly when you said did you have to pay for accommodation, or did they pay for accommodation for you? Did CTO pay the accommodation?
No, at the Caribbean Tourism Organization, I had to pay for my accommodation, but I did receive a stipend.
Oh, all right.
Okay, and for everyone else who's a bit confused, so anyone doing the International Tourism Management degree at UWI, we have to do a mandatory internship in a tourism-related organization outside of Trinidad. So as Frida said, she did hers in the CTO in Barbados. I did mine in Sandals, St. Lucia. Christy was at Jamaica. Stephanie was at Bahamas. So we can go any to the Caribbean islands to do our internship. Um, so we have another question from Ariana. Ariana is asking Frida, what would be your dream tourism job?
Well, back when I was at UE, the dream was to be a lecturer in tourism, but I actually really love what I am doing right now because it is so impactful in light again of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm actually getting to help, be part of tourism and restore tourism. So I really like what I am doing right now.
Yeah, I think that's like a lot of persons. We come out here with some really some dreams, more or less, I should say. And then after when you really find what you like, because I remember when I did my first internship, I did it at a hotel locally, and I thought that okay, I wanted to work in a hotel because you're going to be meeting the guests, you can manage people, you get to the best of the both worlds, right? You at a resort, you meet people, it's going to be fun. Then I started working at a hotel and I was like, okay, hold up, this is not what I expected. it's a little bit different. So, it is really a question to find what you really want to do with the industry because it's just so much you can do, right? I'm just going to check and see in the chat. Anyone else have any more questions? Okay, so there's one more. Okay, Ariana is asking, how do you see CAFTA work impacting how we travel in the Caribbean?
Okay, well, based on all the tools I would have mentioned before, I believe it is innovative and it will be a method of building traveler confidence in Caribbean tourism. Mainly, it will reassure those travelers that the Caribbean is safe and that we are keeping certain protocols in light of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, and again, this is something that we really do need because I mean, traveling is a really risky thing in terms of there's so many viruses and different things that we in the Caribbean is not accustomed to or are accustomed to, and we need an organization to really to look at ways of dealing with these things because I mean, I can just imagine you go to a country and there's no health organization that deals with these things, so it is very important for CAFTA, more or less, for Trinidad area. So Frida, so we want to get back into some more of your internship because someone is asking on our WhatsApp to talk a little bit more about your internship experience at the CTO in Barbados.
Okay, well, I would have started in June 2018. First things first, it was very difficult to get used to the beginner. So that took a while. But I eventually understood it. And even they would always tell me, why you sing talking like you're singing. Yes. But I worked in the sustainable tourism department, and like I mentioned at that time, they had this workshop where we were planning in the Bahamas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the workshop in Bahamas because my internship time would have expired by then. But I was really involved in that in reaching out to different country members. So the tourism focuses basically in the different Caribbean islands, which when I got my job at CAFA, I am still in contact with it. And that's the thing about the tourism industry. You always remain in contact with everyone because it's the same circle. So it was that, which was enough for me because I had that role of emailing people, reaching out to them, finding out if they would be able to make it to this workshop or not, what needs they have, etc. And then apart from that, we also had to be doing the program and stuff with the workshops, with sending out of materials that we would give out to people. And we also did, while I was there, they also had this promotional campaign in which they would do like a mini series on YouTube and on the Instagram account. And they allowed me to do part of that video. I don't know if I can find it on YouTube anymore, but it's there somewhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. It was involved in tourism, different tourism stakeholders, the different tourism bodies, because each island they have a ministry of tourism and then they have a tourism authority. So in Trinidad we have the Ministry of Tourism, but we also have the Trinidad Tourism Hotels and Restaurants Association, I believe. And then we also have Tourism Trinidad Limited and then the Tobago counterpart for tourism. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of bodies that each Caribbean island have that I had to get into in contact with.
Yeah, and again, I remember, seeing your photos you took there, and Barbados really do look really nice. I think you had said you had a favorite spot. I don't know. Do you remember the name of it? Frida?
In Barbados,
Yeah, it was by some rocks or something like that. Yeah, I had asked you a while back.
Tree. Yes, I forgot the name of that tree. Oh my god. It was
Yeah, I
right
remember.
next to my place.
Yeah,
I think it's a baobab tree. It's a BABAB tree. I believe it was that.
yeah, I remember you had a sent a photo or something like that, and I saw it, and I was like, okay, wow. All right, Carissa, yeah, your hand is up.
Okay, so Frida, I don't want to put you on the spot, but yet still I have to ask this question.
Okay.
Um, if you had if you had the opportunity to stay and work for the city, would you have done it at that time?
They actually did ask me to extend my internship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there at that point, I wanted to come back to Trinidad because I wanted to start my master's as well.
Yeah.
So I took that into consideration. And then even when I came back here, I started to work at CAFA. And to believe it or not, the same training health rounds that I spoke about earlier, it's in partnership with CTO and the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, which you all may be familiar with, CHTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I'm still involved with CTO, but I'm working in CAFA.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Thank you.
Okay, we have one other question from Natalia. She's asking, Frida, what would be your dream vacation?
My dream vacation, I would love to visit Atlantis in Dubai or Greece. I've seen pictures of Greece and it looks
Yeah,
really.
Greece. Greece is actually
Okay, okay.
Greece is actually a really good option because I really like, I don't know, somebody culture there is so nice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's really a really nice place to visit.
And I
Yeah, I
have
had
a
to turn on.
sense of culture and architecture. So, like, those buildings you sort of see by the Savannah, especially Stormont Castle. I love those buildings. And that is why I love Cuba so much because they just mentioned that it didn't modernize or anything. It just mentioned that historical everything. And I love that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Um, so before we close off, I just wanted to ask, so Frida, an important question, right? A lot of us here are doing the international tourism management. Some of us are doing the minor in the tourism course at UWI. I want to know how much of that knowledge that we've been learning, all those sessions with Miss Vida, all the
Literally.
assignments,
Yeah.
how how much of how much knowledge from that course was actually used within working at the CTO and working at CAFTA?
I would say pretty much a lot. Like you don't realize it until you actually have to source where you know this from, which is actually a lot. Like the same thing when I was asked, about the crime situation in Trinidad, and immediately my head went back. Oh, okay, we did crisis management in UWI. We talked about how to manage tourism during a pandemic, during crime, during terrorism, during natural disasters, and exactly what I'm doing right now is a result of what it's like a crisis management aspect in terms of how to rejuvenate tourism during a pandemic. So it is a lot. I encourage everyone study, pay attention to what they teach you in UWI.
Yes, you all here, Frida, right? Pay attention to travel and transport and crisis management. Okay. Um, so Frida, I just want to say again, thanks so much for being here and answering these questions. I will pass you back to Carissa, who will do the closing off. But again, just thanks so much for taking the time to meet with us and talk to our members because I really do appreciate you being here. Okay, so thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you.
And thanks again, Frida, and even thanks everyone for being a part of this program, we shall say, right? Frida, I really do appreciate you being here, as I said many times before. I even learned even from you. I was a bit scared even stepping into the tourism industry a lot more. I should say deeper, right? And just hearing you speak and just letting all that knowledge flow from what we learned in our degree, and you putting it into practice. And this is even your story changing the world. And I really do thank you for it. I really do thank you for your participation even in this industry. We need people like you, and I thank you for it. And I even thank you for being here and sharing that with us tonight, right? Um, I want to thank everyone else for being here, right? I do appreciate it as well too. Doing this talk show, I should say a talk show, right? Doing this, it wasn't easy. There was a lot of work that went into this, being on a serious note, and we really do appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart, right? So next week we have we have a guest for you guys, and you have to stay tuned to know the guest. So I'm not saying anything, right? So stay tuned. We will update you this week on who the guest will be. And of course, it's basically the same link. So we'll send the link again under the same guest when we do put out that flyer. So make sure to tune in, right, on our next Let's Talk Tourism program. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.